have this one. It's 1,269.
Oh, all
But
right. So we can, but did you see where you could buy it brand new for 1,000, wasn't it?
I,
From
yeah, it
Best Buy.
was.
So yeah, that's a good point. Thanks, Blake, for bringing that up because that's
Yeah, because that's where I got mine.
where was it at?
Um, it's Apple, like through Apple itself. They're like refurbished Macs, so like they were used, but they like go through it and make sure everything's okay.
And how long have you had your Mac?
Uh, a little over a year.
And no problems?
Yeah, no, I got the 27-inch, but no, I haven't had a problem. It came pretty fast, and then the packaging was really well too. It came inside like 2 boxes.
And do you feel you saved quite a bit of money?
No,
No, because it was
well,
expensive to begin with, or because
it was expensive to begin with because it's the 27,
yeah. So that's a huge. How
two
much were you?
grand.
2 grand. Okay, so
Yeah,
you spent 2 grand, and you've got quite a bit of memory on it.
uh, yeah, 2 terabytes.
Oh boy. And what's your processing speed? The core, it would be right after the name. So if you click on your Apple about this Mac,
Oh, the
it would
Intel core
yeah.
is 3.4 gigahertz.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, and then my graphics card is a Radeon Pro 570, and then 4,096 megabytes.
Wow. So that's probably almost double this, 4,000. So that's flying for the
Well,
graphic
yeah, but
card.
it was worth it because my boyfriend bought it so he could play his video games on it, so we needed a pretty high graphics card. So it was kind of like a fair win.
Oh, you bought it for the video games.
Well, no, my boyfriend bought it for me for my schooling, but he also
Oh,
plays his games on it.
nice. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Wow. That's awesome. So you guys, do you have your layers open yet? Or
Yes.
this file? Okay, so we're gonna watch a video, and it's gonna be like, so just watch this if you
Watch it
could.
first.
Yeah.
Ways to combine images in Photoshop CC is to use a layer mask to determine which parts of a layer will be visible in the composite. In this tutorial, we'll explore how you can create a layer mask using the brush tool and also from a selection of a specific area. I'm going to start off by adding a layer mask to the door layer in this image. I'll do that by coming down to the bottom of the Layers panel and clicking on the Add Layer Mask button. Next, I'll come over to the Tools panel and I'll make the brush tool active. Down at the bottom of the Tools panel, I want to make sure that black is in my foreground color swatch here. If black is in the background swatch, as is the case here, you can easily exchange these colors just by tapping X on the keyboard. Next, I want to increase the size of my brush. I'll do that with a really useful shortcut by tapping repeatedly on the right bracket key to make the brush bigger. If you tap several times on the left bracket key, it'll make the brush smaller. Now, before I begin painting, I want to make sure that I'm going to be painting on the layer mask and not on the actual photo layer. So over here in the Layers panel, I'm going to make sure that there's a highlight border around the thumbnail of the layer mask. That indicates that it's active. When in doubt, you can just click on the mask to make sure it's active. Now I'll come back over to the image and I will paint over the doorway to reveal the image of the woman walking along the forest path that's on the underlying layer. And that looks really cool. If you look at the thumbnail of the layer mask, you can see that the black areas correspond to where I just painted with the brush. Now, if you accidentally paint too much on the mask and hide too much of the layer, you can always bring it back by painting with white on the layer mask. So I'm going to tap X on my keyboard, which will place white in the foreground swatch over here. And now I can paint with white on the layer mask and bring back that layer that I accidentally hid with the brush stroke a moment ago. Now this is a really important concept when you're working with layer masks in Photoshop. White reveals the layer and black conceals it, allowing you to see through to the layer underneath. Let's try out a more precise way of applying a layer mask to the door using a selection. I'm going to drag the thumbnail of the layer mask down to the trash can at the bottom of the Layers panel, and I'll click Delete. Next, I'll go over to the Tool panel and I'll make the Quick Selection tool active. I'm going to begin my selection by clicking and dragging over the archway that surrounds the door. Now, the nice thing about the Quick Selection tool is that once you click and start dragging the selection, it automatically switches into the Add To mode. So you can just continue dragging over the areas that you want to add into the selection. All right, that looks pretty good. I'll come back to the Layers panel, and I'll come down and click that Add Layer Mask button again. This creates a layer mask that is based on that selection. Now, if you look at the tones in the layer mask, you can see that the white areas correspond to what was selected, and the black areas represent the areas that were not selected. So far, this composite is looking pretty good, but I want to refine it using the brush tool. So I'll make sure that the layer mask is active. I'll come over and get that brush tool. I'm going to tap the left bracket key a couple times to make my brush smaller. And finally, I'll tap X on the keyboard to place black in the foreground swatch. And I'm just going to brush a little bit along the bottom edge of the doorway here to make it look as if these leaves are kind of piled up and it's a little bit more wild and untidy looking. There we go. So one more thing is I'm going to come up to the options bar for the brush tool and change my opacity down to about 45 or 50%. And I'm going to brush over the layer mask, and that's going to partially reveal the forest and partially conceal the door. And you can see that represented in the gray tones in the layer mask right here. Layer masks are one of the most essential techniques that you have in your Photoshop compositing toolkit. Because they mask parts of an image instead of actually erasing detail, they're very flexible and they allow you precise control over which parts of a layer are visible in your composite image.
Okay, so now we're going to try this, all right? We're in our Photoshop, and we have our tools available to us.
Where did you get that photo?
I sent this to you in your email.
And I got a picture that you sent me, but it's not. It says no preview is available.
You gotta download it and it'll open right up in Photoshop.
How do I? Okay, how do I download it? Oh, okay.
It'll be in your download file, and then just drag it onto the P. So the fast way to do this, it'll go to download, you open that up, and just drop and drag this onto the P. That's the fast way to open these files. Because sometimes you'll have another Photoshop that might open in 2019. You always want to try to open your work in 2020. So if you have old work that was created in 2019, 2019 will actually pop up. And it's kind of better to have it in the contemporary one if possible. You okay, Assad?
Okay, it's done downloading, so ready.
Okay, let me know when you have it open, okay?
Good. I'm open now. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so everyone's here? Karen, you're okay? Blake, you're okay?
Yeah.
Kaya, you're okay?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll make our mask, right? We want to be on the door layer. We'll make our mask.
Mm-hmm.
So that's important. We're going to grab our brush and we're going to get our big brush, right? He talked about using the brackets, right? Do you see the brackets on the keyboard?
Brackets.
Brackets are underneath the plus symbol. So go plus and minus. So just after the P, those are called brackets. So press either one. One fills one way and one is the other.
Understand.
The brackets, like if you choose the left side bracket, it's like it looks kind of like a straight line. It's like a I can't explain
like
it.
a C. It looks like a
I see what
C,
you mean.
right?
Yeah, when
like
I
a
press
s-
it, nothing happened.
Yeah, but you got to have your brush on, Karen. Are you in a brush?
It makes the size smaller and
Karen,
larger, yeah.
So if you press it a couple times, it'll make it smaller or larger, right?
Yeah.
Karen?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Between the two keys, right? You got to have the brush selected.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, so his brush was real soft, so drop your hardness down to about 30, and then sort of you want to make sure. Oop, I gotta have my mask. You're gonna just brush out this girl, right?
Wait,
So it's kind of arbitrary.
why isn't it working? Like, oh my.
Are you on the mask? You
Yeah,
gotta look.
for the door, right?
You gotta be right.
Is the
Doors
color
on
switched
top,
from white to black?
and you have to have that is black.
Oh, all right.
So it won't work if it's in white. Okay, so
Okay,
let's
all right,
switch.
got it.
Let's switch this to white, and then repaint over this.
Why is this?
Repaint over that door.
I
Real
must
good.
not have the girl in the middle because like it's not.
Well, we didn't position those pictures, Karen. They came in that way, unless you moved it. Is your forest path look like this? Did you move it up? Because we didn't touch this.
Oh, maybe I need to move it over. Yeah.
Well, look how mine is positioned on my screen. It should be right there, it's just centered in the doorway. Is where you really shouldn't move this picture.
I didn't move it. I don't know why I did that. Oh, I know it's better.
Okay, so, all right, so we'll paint that back now with white, Karen. Paint it with white, and it goes back, right?
Why is it? I'm on the wrong thing. Oh my God. No, I still don't have a position. What am I doing wrong?
All right, Karen, all right, I'll paint this out. Is she right about here in the picture? Is she higher or lower, or where is she? Tell
She's
me.
kind of in the middle.
So she is in the middle right here, right? Like mine?
Yeah, but when I put the picture on,
When you put the picture on what? You want to share your screen?
yeah.
So you don't want to be on a mask on the bottom one, Karen. Throw that mask out. And why is this picture size so small? Go to you can't do it this way. You're gonna have to go to file to this word revert. Go to file revert. Because whatever you did, file to the word revert. Revert, go up one. Revert.
I did.
All right, so this is back to normal now. You already got it, Karen, so stop.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so make
Don't
a
put a mask on the
mask.
door.
Make a mask. Don't, right, make a mask. A mask. It's to the left, right? That's the mask. Now grab your paintbrush and plus it up, right, with the bracket. Go up. Make that bigger. Big, 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 right? And then just paint that out. Okay, now switch it to white and paint it back in.
Should I make the brush smaller?
No, just click and paint that. Take that off. Yeah, paint. Good. All the way. We want the door back, right?
Oh, you want the door back?
Yeah. Oh, put the door back. Yeah. So when you let go, see what happened to the mask?
Yeah.
Okay. So the mask stopped revealing the picture, right? So that's very important. Okay, so I am going to share my screen again.
Okay.
Okay, so now with what we're going to do is we're going to use the
Should I put her picture back or leave it like it is?
don't touch that picture.
Well, it's just showing the door. The girl's not there anymore.
Right. We don't want that girl there.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, we didn't
Okay.
want that there. Right?
All right.
So there's a couple different selection tools. Here's this quick selection tool. Can you grab that one? The
What is
quick
that? Which one is
selection
that?
tool. I've got my mouse popped out. Quick selection tool.
Which one? Where is it?
It's right here, Karen, above magic wand. The second one down on the right hand side.
Magic wand or quick? Oh, quick selection.
Quick selection, right?
Okay.
And then you're gonna paint around the doorway, right? You're not gonna paint. You're just really these are selecting. Don't go into the brick down below, right?
How do I make the quick thing bigger?
You just make what bigger?
The quick selection tool. How do I make it bigger? It's only at 30.
Yeah, that's fine. You're just gonna. That's what mine is. You don't want to go into the door though.
Oh,
Don't go into the door. If you go into the door, you're gonna have to take it out. Right? You're gonna have to start it all over again. Remember, it's Command D. So if you go into the doorway,
how far?
Karen, all the way around like we saw in the video. So all this has to be selected. Just like this. Like this. See my screen?
Oh, all the way around?
All the way around. And if you go into the door, you've got to click undo and, do it again.
So where am I starting? In the middle and go out?
Yeah, anywhere you want to start, Karen.
I can't get the mouse to go. I can't get it.
Karen, I'm going to undo and I'll do it again. Watch mine, right?
Yeah.
Just like in the video, the guy started right in the middle, like the door. So you just sort of grab it and drag it down, right?
Okay.
And then go to the left, grab these bricks, and then go up.
All right.
And then get all these little pixels here, or sections. So you're just sort of dragging it around. You're not, this is like. I don't understand what's happening.
I can't get the.
You want to share your screen, Karen?
Hold on, I'm in the middle of doing this.
Let me know.
Can I see what yours looks like? I think I did it. It's all the way around.
Yeah, it can't include the door, right? We don't want to include the door or the feet down here, right? Where the walkway. This is where the walkway is. So we don't want that, right?
Oh, I did that part.
Well, you don't want it selected, right?
I unselect it. Start over?
Yeah. Just do it again.
It says quick selection tool. Doesn't go very fast.
Oh, it's very fast. Don't you think? You guys think it's fast?
Yeah.
What happened?
Is it a fast tool for you guys?
Oh, the quick selection tool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I didn't know about it before. That thing was real good.
I think I got it, Miss Winky.
You think you got it or you got it? That's the big.
I got it because it looks like yours.
Okay, so now when we use our brush, we're gonna brush just with the black brush, just the door, right?
The glass brush, is that on top?
We're gonna invert this though. Go like this. We're on the right. We're in our door. We're gonna go to invert. So go to select inverse. Select inverse.
Where is that at?
Select inverse. Select inverse. The word select from up here, you're going to go select inverse. And then you're just going to get this,
Okay.
you're then going to black brush that area out, right?
Find the eyedropper tool come up.
I don't know. You're in a brush. You got to have a brush tool selected. The eyedropper won't come in up unless you select it.
Okay.
So did that come out?
Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to change the opacity of the brush to like in the 50s. Change the brush to 50%, right? And then deselect your selection. And then you're going to add in these other areas here, right?
Why is it so... What?
Karen, what's happening?
Why is it...
Why is what? What does that mean? You're just going to add your leaves down here. What's happening?
Well, my brush looks small, and it's at 52.
Well, Karen, no, the opacity is at 52, not the brush.
Oh, okay.
The opacity, right? And then they just want this lightly touched here, right? So that you're just seeing some of this, don't go up high though, because you'll end up removing.
So what am I erasing?
Karen, can you see my screen?
Yes.
We're going to do this area, so I'll do undo so you can watch. Let me get my history up. So we're going to erase this area here because you're going to blend it in, right?
Yeah, but the girl's not there. Oops.
What? The girl's in the center of the doorway, right?
I don't have that.
What? Show your screen. How do you not have that? Did you remove that layer?
No, it's still there.
Well, show your screen, please. I have no idea what you're talking about because you can't see the girl. Can you share your screen?
Yeah, it's loading.
All right, Karen, did you do the selection tool? And now, and you inverted it, right? So paint out the door. Paint out the door. Good. Get a bigger brush, Karen. Press that bracket button. Get a big brush, right? Karen, press the there you go. Now paint over that real quick. And it's too light because you got it at 40%. Put it up to 100. All right, clean that up. Yep, get all of that, the stairwell and everything. There you go. It's not really a stairwell, it's the steps, but good. Okay, now deselect, Karen. Deselect. Command D. Command D. Okay, and keep it to black. You turned it off. You put it to white. Go to black. Now, Karen, change the opacity to 50%. So down in the corner, that's close. It's good enough. Down in the corner, see where that brick is? Like the slate steps. You're going to work on the slate steps, right? Click and drag. So your brush might be too big, right?
Okay.
So just do it by your brackets, Karen. Brackets. Use the brackets to make it bigger or smaller. Keep going, smaller. Smaller. Make your brush smaller. Click the bracket, Karen.
I'm pressing the bracket.
You got the wrong bracket. Keep that there now. Use the brackets on the keyboard. There's the plus and, one will go up and one will go down. Click on them.
It's not going.
Click out of that box. Click anywhere. Right, click there. Now try it. Put your mouse over where the girl is, Karen, and stop your. You got to have your black selected, right? And then
Well, which girl?
you
Am I on
gotta
the girl
be
or the
on
door's
the
path?
mask.
The door?
Be on the mask at 40%. Yes, on the good. Lower right hand corner, Karen. Lower right hand corner. Make the brush smaller. Press those brackets, please. Good. Go to the corner of the picture, the lower, yes, and swipe it with, yes. Go back and forth a couple times, right? A couple times. Right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Now make your brush a little bit bigger. Make your brush bigger. Bigger.
I hit the wrong.
Okay, now you're going to do the side walls. Just do them real lightly. Right? Yes. Just enough to starting to see the trees, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, that's a masking technique, right?
Okay.
So everyone okay with the masking? Does that help you learn
Yeah.
masks a little bit more?
So the little brackets are the masking of the paintbrush, using the brush.
Yes. So
Okay.
if we want to revert that, we go to white. We can paint that all back in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we don't like that effect, so this is not damaging our original picture, right? So it's keeping the original picture. So look, I sort of, on my picture, I kept some of the stairwells, or the steps. I'm sorry, I call it stairwells. It's like the slate steps. So I went real light over this, as if it's transitioning a little bit differently. So if I don't like how dark it is, I just change my opacity and I can take it down to like 11%, right? And then mouse over this a couple times.
Let's see how it changes.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's that. So good practice, right?
Yeah.
Can you use this in your project?
Thanks for your help.
Oh yeah. Can you use this in your project?
Yes.
Good. You feel a little bit better about masks and
Yes.
brushes?
Yes.
Plus, minus? Good.
Plus, minus, yes.
Okay. That is phenomenal. Okay. So we completed this whole process. So
You want us to say, do I be saving this?
yeah, go ahead and save that.
Okay. What should I call it?
It just, it's a mask. So you can save it as a mask. Forest door. You could even leave it as that name.
Yes. Okay.
It's a nice door, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll save that on your computer. And I'm just going to have everyone save. Let me see what you created. So everyone will just share. So we'll just make sure we save these. I want to see everyone's file. You're going to choose where you want to save this to, right? So give it a place where you can save it. You really don't want to save to the downloads, but that was where the path was chosen. So I'm going to ask that everybody share your screen. Who is this?
Oh, it might have been the email I sent you, but I do have. Do you want me to share my screen?
Breaking up.
Whose is this sharing?
Oh, that's not me. That's cool, Karen.
Where's Karen?
Am I still sharing? Oh, that's me. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay, Karen, that's fine. You're good. Tell us what you learned, Karen. What'd you learn?
Learn how to use the quick selection tool.
Okay, good.
And click on the masking, and then using the opacity and to invert, and then to bring back like the leaves and the steps and everything. Like with the hand. Can everybody see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, looks good, Karen.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
just get a little nervous sometimes, and I didn't mean to. Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
Who's next? Who wants to share next?
I guess I could share.
All right, Kaya.
It's loading. Here we go.
All right, good. So did you learn anything on this?
I have more ideas now with the door.
Excellent, excellent. So the doors give you some creative ideas, right?
Yes.
So this was a good project because it's not only technique, it's also creativity. So that's very important. Good. All right, Blake, you want to share?
Sure.
Assad, I'm coming up to you. All right.
I also, really quick though, I also like the technique how we put two different photos to make it look like one.
Yeah, isn't that a neat concept, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the girl is almost like an illustrative quality, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you have the realism of this really sharp, defined picture, and it's a
Right.
nice frame.
I like yours, Blake.
Thanks.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah,
Mhm.
very good. You didn't do the side walls, but that looks sharp. I like it.
Yeah, I did.
Oh wait, you don't see it as much, but I like it. Don't change
Yeah.
it. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, I wanted it to be a little less. I didn't like that it was. I tried doing it more. I just didn't like it.
Yeah,
So I kept it in there like slightly.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either. I like the fact that she's walking through this doorway and it's a
Right.
new journey or a new path.
Right.
So it's very interesting.
Yes, you can do different techniques with it. How,
Yes.
you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can. All right, Assad, ready?
Uh-oh.
We're
Yeah.
saving the best for last.
Wait a minute. Okay.
We missed you last class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some stuff going on, and I had to take care of that real quick. But I was nervous. I was thinking like, oh man, I got hand in my project and this and the third. I was gonna email you, but like I said, I just got busy with a lot of stuff.
That's okay. We were worried about you, you know. We thought
Yeah.
maybe
I
you.
was worried too. I was it's tough out here with the
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
coronavirus
A lot
and
going on.
and you got, you know, we all got our stimulus checks. I thought, you know, everyone's running away out of town.
Wait till Trump get his signature on it before he sent him out. That's what he said.
Oh, dum-dum. Yay!
Yeah,
He
this
wants
is
to.
personal from me to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
But now,
Congress that did
yeah,
it.
just the picture. It's the picture. I like
Yeah, I can see yours, Assad.
Yeah, share
There.
your screen.
yeah, the quick selection. The quick
No,
selection tool is
share
really
your
good.
screen, Assad. Assad, you
helper.
gotta share your screen.
Yeah, I can't see it. Just share it. Click share again.
You gotta share it.
I thought it was sharing.
No,
Oh,
it's
I
not
don't see it.
sharing.
oh,
You gotta
yeah.
click on that little screen.
Why is it not going?
I don't
Click
know.
on the screen and then click again so it says share.
It's still not popping up. What the hell? Oh my god! Because it was just doing it not that long ago, just like a second ago. And I'm pressing the button. I'm pressing the whole thing. It's not working. I don't know why.
Click on the little screen icon.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm pressing the little. Somebody else got theirs open or no?
No, no one's got theirs open but you. But
Mine's not open.
No one's got theirs open.
Let me try. I don't know why it's not. Why?
Try it again.
I don't know if I can share your screen from here. Are you there?
It just happened last second.
Are you there?
I hear him.
He's kind of breaking up at times,
Yeah,
right?
a little bit. Maybe he's having problems.
Yeah, I'm keep breaking up or something.
Well, you got to click on this little shape here, the screen, share screen. Right?
The middle.
It's the little middle button, share screen. Okay, well then email these to me right now. Everyone send these as an email and I'll look at them. Just send them as an email attachment and I'll pull it up on my end, Assad. If you email yours, I'll just pull it up and you can talk about it, okay?
Yeah, I emailed the other project too.
Oh,
as well.
no, I need this. So email this and then I'll pull it up on my screen.
Are we supposed to send it to you as a JPEG or just?
Yeah, send it as a JPEG. Okay, so I saw your project 2.
All right.
Oh,
Just
well,
trying
I
to get
got
it there.
Kaya sent some
Yep.
examples.
Let me go into my BSC.
Wow, this thing really started working on me. It's great.
Yeah, just save it as a JPEG and I'll pull it up.
Yeah, weird.
And then just email it to me, Assad. I'll
Okay. I'm sending it now.
okay, that way you can talk about it from my my screen.
First.
So can all of you guys email these to me?
Yep, I'm working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Save it as a JPEG.
Yeah.
So you go file, save as, choose JPEG,
Oh, yeah.
save it as a JPEG, and then you're gonna attach it.
I just sent mine.
Okay, good, Karen.
Okay.
Very good.
Just sent mine. Mine's just got sent.
Okay. So I got
I heard a clink.
now everyone's clinking in at once, right?
Clink and you Miss Winky.
Okay, here's Assad. So Assad, you wanna talk about what you
Yeah,
did?
let me see it. Is it up?
Yep, Assad's is up right now.
I can't see anything on my side. Why is it's not showing Miss Winky?
Oh, it's not?
No.
You've gotta be kidding.
So yours not working?
Let me try sharing something. So maybe make sure the sharing screen's
Okay,
working.
here's Assad's. Assad, you
Oh,
wanna
there.
talk?
Oh, that's the sides? Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Assad, you there?
Hello? Is he still there? What happened? He cut out.
Assad, now you gotta talk.
Yeah.
He's right.
Oh my God.
I hear you now.
Yeah, sometimes you sound like you're underwater.
Are you swimming?
No. I'm not balling. I'm not balling like that. I don't got an indoor pool enough.
I'm just kidding. Mine had that problem last week. Try to move your computer closer to your router if you're wireless, and that might help. Are you close to your wireless, Assad? Maybe we lost him.
Maybe. Hopefully he'll come back. Maybe he's having a tech. Maybe he's having a tech issue. There he is. I heard him.
Are you at home? Working off your internet? Assad, are you at home?
I can hear. It's like keep bringing it up.
Yeah, try to move your computer closer to your router.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll help.
Can you
Okay.
hear me now?
Yeah.
Hear me now? Can you hear me? Yep.
Yeah, a lot of that. I had some issues the other day when it was windy out, and so here's Kaya. So I got everyone's good. Okay, Blake's. We got Blake's. Everyone's here. Good. Okay, so we're gonna go to project 2. So we started our first hour on a lesson or a tutorial. The next hour will be. What are you thinking? Can you guys want to share your pictures for project? I'm sorry,
project 2 or project 3?
I'm sorry, project 3.
Oh, okay. I got to get in there.
So Kaya, I'm gonna pop your pictures up, right?
Oh, I don't have those.
I might have to retake some, but I have been working on it. Like I just started seeing if it would even blend okay, and it seems to be blending okay. But
okay, so you're gonna
I don't know that one. I like to have different. Let's see. I want to see what she's got. Can I show you my screen, Miss Winky? It'd be a lot easier.
Sure.
Okay.
I like your little plant.
Yeah.
It's my boyfriend's. He loves like he has a green thumb and I don't, but that's why I'm looking at it. This is what I had so far. I'm just trying
Oh,
to.
cool. Very good.
So I'm trying to see if I can like put them all together. I might not have the one in the back right there because my face is there. So I'm gonna have to find one more pose.
Sit on the radiator.
I could.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
you
Lay
could.
down on it if you could.
one more pose because I'm gonna have one of me right here, and then I can't reach outside. Like I'm too short, so I can't be. That's why I just am inside. But I gotta think of one more.
You
So,
could have one laying down, like on the
well,
couch.
I'm gonna have me right here, like I'm drinking coffee.
Okay,
Just-
good, good.
So I just need to put, I think, one more because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I would need one more. So
So what could you do maybe even on part of that wall in the corner on the left-hand side?
over
could
here.
be
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
over
you
here.
could be just standing there, like leaning against the wall.
If you like what Blake said about the radiator, so maybe I'll do that. But yeah, I'm just kind of trying to see if it will blend okay.
Very good. Very good. I like it.
I kind of wish I could have done my original thing, but since everything's closed, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, you were going to do the coffee shop, right?
Yeah, so I gotta re-improvise.
Well, you could do it maybe in a park too. You know, you could be sitting around in a park doing
Right,
yoga
but like
and
so far, I'm
reading.
the only one that like my boyfriend can't take these for me because he's not home, so I gotta I gotta see how I can take them and make sure
Oh,
the
yeah,
pictures turn out.
you'd have to
You
get
know, I
somebody
like the one
to.
I like the one with you on the couch reading the book. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's cool.
Yeah.
I was getting frustrated at that point trying to get these pictures.
Well, yeah,
So,
it is complicated. There are complexities, and you can tell with your masking that they're really coming along.
thank you.
So very good, excellent, good going on that. All right, who's next? Who wants to share? Who's got their pictures?
I do.
All
But
right.
like I have my pictures I have the pictures. And then you can tell me what you think. Like I'm not gonna keep all of them, but like here, let me just share it and then hold on. I kind of just put them kind of together. Let me make it a little bigger. Are you there?
Yeah,
Okay, are they sharing?
yeah.
Okay, so like I had somebody take pictures of me at work. I like the ones by the register. The middle one I don't know if I'm gonna use, and then the one by the batteries. And then I was gonna kind of like maybe have me one behind the register, maybe get one where I'm like kind of cashing out.
Yeah,
Like use
you know
register
what?
scene.
Why don't you create the whole register scene like you're waiting in line? You know, like
Oh,
you're
okay. Okay. Like
so
make it
you
look like I'm waiting in line. Is what you're
right.
saying?
So do a whole scenario like you're doing the checkout,
Right.
you're purchasing something, you're
Okay.
standing in the background browsing at umbrellas,
Okay.
and maybe someone's
Oh,
wheeling.
I see. So have it look like I'm cashing, like I'm behind the register, but like also have me outside, like I'm cashing something out. So
Correct.
maybe
And
I can get
maybe
one more
one
photo.
could be bagging. So three of you could be interacting that way and two in the
Oh,
background somehow, just in the background. You do
okay.
not want to move the camera though. Do you get that?
Right.
The camera person stays in one spot
Right. Okay.
and you move around. See, these
Oh.
are you moved around with the camera. You want to keep the camera person in one spot,
Okay.
focused in one area. You don't really want these
Oh,
like
okay. Same one area. Okay.
yeah, like kind of like what Kaya had, right?
Okay.
All right. Well, you're off
I
to a
see.
good
Okay.
start.
So like get rid of the one with the grill then. Just kind of keep me around in the register area.
Yeah, but I would set up the scenario like you're going to check out. So one, you scoot behind the checkout and you get a picture of you facing forward as if you're ringing out an item.
Okay.
And then you scoot back out and you've got the items to ring out, right? You're
Right.
going through the cash register, and then someone at the end, you are bagging the things, right?
Right, okay.
And then over your shoulder in the back, you could be looking at the garden stuff, right?
Okay.
So
Yes.
you could be sitting in a chair back there, or you could
Okay.
be just stand, as if you're browsing. You don't want to be
okay.
over by the
I see what you mean.
batteries or the grills because they're really not in that area.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Okay,
Okay,
very
okay,
good.
thank you.
Perfect,
God.
good. Very good, though. Those are good pictures, though, to keep, Karen. So don't
Okay.
throw them out.
Okay.
Assad, what do you got for pictures for your?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have any pictures yet.
All right. Well, you got to have them by next class, right? Because this project's due next week, Wednesday.
Okay.
So you got to really take the time to take these pictures and get the best quality camera you can, so you get a high quality.
It asks you 5 pictures, right?
Minimum 5.
Minimum.
And you
Okay.
have to be telling a story. So what is your story
Oh, I
that
see
you
what you
want
mean
to
by
tell?
telling a story. Okay, that's why I see what you mean about the register scene. Okay.
Yeah, Assad, what is the story you want to tell?
I'll probably do something like I'm sitting like outside, maybe like sitting on like a park bench or something like that, and like just like have everybody like the 5 pictures of me like I don't know, just like hanging out. Whatever.
You can have one you sitting on the bench, and then maybe have another image of you behind the bench, or maybe bring like a basketball or something with you, or I don't.
Oh, you can't. Don't bring a basketball. Those police will go after you.
Oh,
right?
we don't want that.
No problem.
They're
No
gonna
problem.
think that you're socially communicating with yourself, right?
Right.
Oh, what about if I had something like, can I wear like my Bills gear and I'm sitting on the park bench and I'm looking at my phone like we're watching the Bills game on the phone or something like that?
Yeah, if you could get all of 5 of you around that phone, maybe not all. I don't know how you could all be around one phone, but if you could work it out, some of you could be in the distance as well, like doing something totally different.
Oh yeah, I think I could pull something up. Be
And
like,
you could have a basketball. I'm only kidding. You just don't, you don't want to have a lot of people around you, or you'll get called for social distancing.
they'll probably look at me like I'm weird or something like that. Like, why this guy outside taking pictures with a basketball by the park?
Do you have someone that could take the pictures for you?
Yeah, I can get somebody to take the pictures for me and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm kind of like how Kai is and stuff like that. I like my pictures a certain way.
Yeah.
And some people don't know how to take pictures.
Right.
I'm kind of picky with my pictures.
So you're gonna have to take your time and set that up mentally before you go out there, and you have to tell them that they can't move. They're just taking the picture, right? That's
right.
Gonna
So
give.
I'm the only person that has to move. The camera can't move. Just
yes, you move. And then you want to make sure that the sun is behind the picture person's shoulder, so that you're not getting a lot of shadow. Right. So if you take pictures in a home, sometimes you're gonna you kind of lose that, because if you have a window like Kaya's, it's darker on the inside, so she might even have to lighten that up a bit in the brightness contrast because of the couch and her clothing.
Oh,
so
okay.
that adds a little challenge on contrast and that. But you're on the right path, Assad.
Okay.
All right. How about Blake? What do you got? You want to share anything?
I don't have any photos, but I will get them done. But I also don't have a really good camera, so they're going to be on my phone.
Okay, well, phone camera can be good. You just don't want to move, and you're going to, if you take them with your camera, they're not, from your camera phone, they're not going to be as high quality.
Yeah, I know, but I'll work around it somehow.
Okay.
Same here.
It's just going to be harder to, blend everything in, but I can do it.
Yeah, the pixels get to be a lot more challenging, so... All right, let's, you guys want to take a break right now for...
Yeah, I have to use the bathroom.
Okay, 10, 15 minutes?
I gotta go.
Okay. All right. 10, 15 minutes.
All right. See you in about 10 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, 10, 15.
All right. Okay. Okay.
You guys there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Are we back yet?
I said 15. I said a couple minutes, so we lost. Who'd we lose?
Maybe they're just not back yet.
Oh, all right.
I'm around. I didn't run away. I'm around.
You're around? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I
we'll
didn't
just-
run away.
We'll give everyone a little break here.
Yeah, okay.
So you're pretty good
Allergies.
with photos.
I can't believe we only have 3 more classes after today.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of time left.
Yeah. Well, after this semester, I won't be seeing you for a little while, but I want to keep in touch with you.
Oh yeah. Make sure
Keep practicing.
right. We'll make sure
I might actually stop in sometimes. Some of your, like, if I have free time, I might stop in to some of your classes, or I can, if I have any questions, I can always email you, and we can, we can talk.
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I like that.
Yeah. Because I think this time next year I'll be done. So I'm taking 3 classes next semester, and then 3 the next, and then I think 2 after that, and then I think towards the end is when I finish with you and stuff like that. What are you doing?
I am getting you a file, so I'm gonna send you another file.
Oh, okay. In my email, you mean?
Yeah, you guys are gonna get another file. Were you able to get it?
Oh yeah, it just popped up now.
Okay, very good.
Cold out. It's cold outside.
Yes, it is.
Jeez, like freezing. Like, what the heck is going on with this darn weather?